Hello, beautiful people. This is yours truly, Kafudanku, and I am back. In the previous video, I mentioned that I'm going to tell you a few things about how to go on dates or how to relate to men who say they like you, in order to avoid all the dramas that come along with relationship and marriage and all that. First of all, most of the men that would meet with you and want to get to know you only would want physical intimacy first. They're not sure they want a relationship, they're not sure they want marriage. All they want to do first is to tap. And if you're a woman and you're very sexual or you're easy to persuade in that sense, or you're quick to show your sexual prowess or give it to them quickly, you're going to lose. You are going to lose. And interestingly, even though this is what they want, they don't like or appreciate people who give it up so easily, quickly, and freely. This test has been done for us most of the time. We've seen a lot of women with children that they are raising by themselves, and it's like the men are not dead. Though. The men are alive, or they've married somebody else, and they're living their best lives, and you and your children are suffering, which shouldn't be. Women have women naturally have very nurturing love, kind of love. So they get easily persuaded by men, or they believe it when men tell them that they love them and want to be with them and all that. So as a woman, when a man asks you out, don't be quick to be available. Like what I mean is, don't let's assume you meet someone. Let's assume you just met someone at a party, or someone introduced you, or in a bar, or in school, or at a social gathering, or wherever. And then for whatever reason, you exchange contacts, and maybe later on, maybe he wants to get to know you more. Do not be the first person to call. As a woman, do not call him first. Allow him to call. If he doesn't call, don't call. Don't be quick to call. Even if you have his number, let him do the calling, because men are naturally wired or made to be the chasers. And when he calls, for instance, if he goes like, maybe what are you doing on Saturday evening? I would like to maybe ask you on a date or take you on a date or whatever. Don't just accept the time that he's going to give you. For instance, if he says, "Oh, Saturday I'll be free, da 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 da," just go like, okay, give me a minute, and then go come back and say something like, "Oh, Saturday I have an event, or I have a meeting, or I have whatever plan," and then like give him a different date, like a different date. This way, it doesn't seem like you have no life, or you have nothing doing, and all you're doing is sitting around waiting for his call or something like that. So maybe like, oh, maybe I'm not available on this date. What about maybe next week, or what about Thursday evening, or whatever, Friday evening, or whatever. That gives him that you have some sense of, or you have something. It's not like you're just there, So finally, you decide on a date, and then you guys go on the date. When you go on a date, don't go and be magana nu abe doivi na magana nu abe doivi. Doivi in Ewe means like you go and all you want to do is eat, or pack food away, take away, and all those things. Don't do that. Do not do that. Just go there, eat very little, have a very little drink. But here, I mean, all our dates are in restaurants, mostly restaurants. Just and when you go, be a lady. Don't talk too much. Make it look like um don't feel like you are there to impress him. You got to feel like you are there to see if he's going to impress you, or if you are going to be impressed about him, because you are the prize. But the conversation is what really matters. And say very little about yourself. Don't go telling them your life history, your past relationships. Maybe he didn't treat you fairly, and you go saying all those things. Automatically, that's how he's going to treat you. If you start telling him that, if anything, you can say, "Oh, your past relationship was very good. The guy was so nice to you, but except maybe there's distance now." Or you can even say maybe it's your religion or something like that. Just say something that is not too negative, because that's the energy you're going to give him, or that's how you're telling him that's going to treat you, in case you guys have to take it further, you know. And during conversations, when maybe if he brings up issues of maybe commitment or taking the relationship further or seeing you again, you can just pretend or act as if you're not very interested or you don't want commitment. You have to just don't be too enthused about it. Just have to pretend like you have options and maybe you can think about it. Don't say it, or don't say, just act it, like just be subtle about it. Just say, oh, maybe we can see, okay, no problem, we can see how this can work out or play out, or maybe you can go on a couple of more dates and see if you guys can connect anywhere or whatever. Don't go and be sounding desperate and giddy, you want commitment. Oh yes, I'm single and I don't have anybody. Don't be doing like that. Men find it difficult to believe that women don't want commitment. They find it difficult to believe that women don't want commitment. So they will start thinking or assuming as if there's something wrong with them. That is a mystery they'll be determined to solve. Then they will make him get more drawn to you, to get to see that, like, why doesn't she want to commit? Am I not man enough? Am I not good enough? That's one of the tricks to get him to be interested in you, and that's a way of getting him to do a lot of things that you want. That way it's easier to get him to do the things that you want. So you must be some sort of a mystery initially, like you're like a code, you're like a mystery for them to decode or to learn more about. That's what will intrigue them to want to see you again and again, to get to know you. I told you, men like challenges. They like to figure things out. They are wired to chase. They are wired to pursue and all that. So if you are easy and giving them everything freely, it's not gonna work. Don't ever accept to pay a part of the bill. Do not do it as a woman. Don't ever accept to pay a part of the bill or offer to pay a part of the bill. For instance, someone told me this, and I was so surprised that men actually in Africa, especially in my country, Ghana, would ask a woman on a date and ask him to pay a part of the bill. Don't do it. If ever anybody should ask you to pay a part of the bill, pay it and don't see them ever again. Never again. Don't entertain them for whatsoever. No, that is a huge red flag. Don't put up with that. Because of this, I always advise women to go out having their own money in case the person is not very reasonable or generous or had to ask you to pay for a part of your meal. You can easily do that and take a leave and never see him again. 50-50 is a no, huge red flag. You don't want to be caught in that. So don't accept that as a woman. And then after that, like when you part ways, usually when I go on dates and I'm leaving, whether I drove or whether I came in a trotro or whether I came in a taxi, whether I came in an Uber, I'll be expecting you to give me some money. I'll be expecting to give me some money, either some money for fuel or some, just like something like a gesture. Because me, I look out for kind and generous people when I want to date someone. So I'll be expecting that. And that is one of the marking points for me. So if I come on a date with you and I'm leaving and you don't give me anything, maybe something for fuel or something to cover up my transportation or whatever, I see it like you're not a very thoughtful man, because coming on a date takes a lot. Women will wear dress, change, wear this isn't nice. You're trying to look presentable. You're putting a lot of work to do your makeup. You want to look nice, you want to look cute. You carry your nice purse, nice this. So I just think that it would be nice if a man compliments all that effort. It's a very nice gesture. When people do that, they are very thoughtful and they like you. And also, when I get home, I expect you to call and check on me whether I arrived safely. If you didn't drop me, or if you're not dropping me, if I'm going back home by myself, I expect you to ask, maybe check whether I got home safely, whether I'm okay or not. And if you don't do any of that, it will be difficult to get a second date out of me. It's going to be so difficult. So I look out for all those things. So yeah, that's it for now. If there's any other thing you want to tell me or ask me, let me know. Of course, I'll be bringing up more videos explaining other things or building upon what we have already talked about. Drop any question you have in the comment section, and if it's worth addressing, I'll bring it up and address it. So until then, I will see you in my next video. Ciao.